best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
800 2345. That's 800 694.
Well, it's 1 o'clock, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to all our friends in South Florida, Atlanta, New York City. There seems to be something wrong with the sound.
Something's afoot at the Circle K is all I can say that pops into my head. It's from a movie. See, she's laughing. I'm glad I entertained people.
Unbelievable. Why did you play that song? Because of the Oscars last night?
No, because I was watching...
Watching what?
I was watching a TV show on Friday.
Yeah.
And that was the song. And
you want to tell me this before the hour's over? You got to, come on.
And that was it. That was Tori Kelly's version of a Stevie Wonder song, but I don't know why the music never plays clearly on our show when it comes from the radio.
It has to do with something at the radio station.
Joe, we got to check that out. We got to talk to Bobby or someone.
All right, you want to move that camera?
And we're going to check the camera. Yes,
it was centered.
I was watching This Is Us.
Centered.
Did you ever watch This Is Us?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for engaging my conversation. Yes. I was watching This Is Us, and I had recorded it, and they were having their anniversary. And at the bowling alley, they played that Stevie Wonder song, and I thought it was such a beautiful song that I was going to play it today. It was kind of garbly. We got to check that radio situation out.
Yes. Did you see the Oscars?
I did.
Did you see what they did when the highlight of the Oscars for me was when they wanted to thank the fans for watching movies? Because I go to the movies every Saturday.
You are the perfect person at the Oscars.
But they don't do that for me. Say went to the Chinese restaurant And they brought some of the people, and they brought in food and everything to thank people for going to the movies. And everybody was like, "You got to be kidding me!" I mean, it was tremendous.
Well, because everybody's home taping and watching Netflix.
Well, they were at the movies
right.
next door, the Chinese theater.
It's expensive to go to the movies.
And the funny thing is that Seacrest had a booth on the red carpet. Now everybody knows Seacrest, right?
Yes.
On Channel E? Was he on E?
I don't know. He could have been on ABC. It didn't make a difference. Nobody went
No,
to
E
him.
had a program before the
But-
Academy Awards on Channel E, the Entertainment Network, and then the Academies were on ABC.
Well, one of the things that happened was he did not. Nobody came over to him. Everybody decided to stay away from him because he's been accused of doing some bad stuff.
I got to tell you, I'm really
Oh, I
tired of
didn't
that
know that.
whole
Yeah.
situation too.
All right, now
I'm tired of the accusations. I'm just saying it needs to be a happy, feel-good Monday. It just has to be.
it has to be. All right, one of the mics is hot. See,
Maybe
turn off that
people
one
are
for a second.
confused between flirting
That's the one.
and
Keep it away from your
people
phone. Turn it back on.
and men and women both. I'm going to use men and men
Turn it on.
inappropriately talking or engaging with you. Flirting is you got to
We did
flirt
that.
in
We
life.
did. We got to. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother topic, Muriel. We've got Muriel with Designer Liners in our
And an
house.
opinion.
She absolutely does, and we always love having Muriel join us on our Mental Health
Thank you.
Awareness Mondays. We also have Falk Center for Counseling with us. We've got Allie and Holly joining us. We have a new intern who was on the job training. Actually, we've got 2 new interns because our interns are so amazing. They seem to be getting hired, which is great for them. It just means we go into more training zone. Today is Mental Health Awareness Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can find us on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. It's time to get back off the weekend. I was up until after 1 o'clock in the morning doing computer things last night. You know
Oh,
what
nice.
happens when you have coffee too late?
Yep.
And then you have a matcha tea, and then you have another coffee. 1:05, I'm looking at my watch. My husband says, "You coming to bed anytime soon?" I only went to bed because he said, "Should I come to bed?" And normally I am out by 10 o'clock. I don't know, I went to the Los Olas Art Festival over the weekend, and it was a beautiful weekend.
Beautiful.
Everyone
was
get
gorgeous.
outside?
Yes, gorgeous.
Beach.
weather.
Gorgeous.
You know, talk about mental health awareness. What Freddie and I say all the time, you got to get outside. We live in beautiful South Florida. Thank goodness we're not up in the Northeast right now. Put your feet in the sand, feel the earth, and just enjoy the outdoors. Because this weekend in South Florida was a picture-perfect weekend. Did you enjoy it, by the way?
Why are there pills all over the floor?
They're not
End
pills.
up,
They're
those are
mints.
Altoids.
Great
They're
way to
little
dis-
mints.
They're all over the floor. I'm crunching everything that I walk on.
You know what it says?
I feel like I'm on the
You
beach.
know what the name of this mint tin is? I bought it for you. Manly Mojo.
Oh.
So you put it on the floor so I can step on
I
it.
bought it for you, and apparently I must not have any Manly Mojo because when I opened it up, they all went flying all over the floor.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, the Manly Mojo mints if you would like some.
It's everywhere.
Can
You
I
got-
talk about this weekend's weather?
Please talk about the weekend.
What are
weather.
you, the weather
All right.
person?
I'm going to do the weather. I'm going to tell you that I'm down. When my husband and I moved down here, October will be 3 years. And we get out of the car to go to the beach that we go to. And it was 63 degrees. And I wanted a ski jacket.
It was cold, right?
I'm freezing to death. And so I said, my sweatshirt, I mean, I have thousands of sweatshirts and sweaters, as you guys must know. And 63 degrees, can you imagine what it's like in New York? It's 10.
And there's no power. It's crazy. How was your family, by the way?
I can't get through them.
No power.
Just
No power.
We can't go where your family lives. You get hurricanes and nor'easters. I'm staying away from New York and Puerto
We
Rico.
get them here too.
We don't get hurricanes and nor'easters. Oh, we get hurricanes, that's true. Which is not
What state are you
nor'easters.
in?
They have power? Your
No.
sister? Nothing. You
Where
don't
is
know.
she?
She told me to call today.
Where
so
she
she got
live?
it back.
Freddie, where's she?
She's in Manhattan.
Manhattan's
in
out
the
too.
in the northern Hudson Riverside.
Say it again.
Oh, they lose. They always.
Manhattan. It's missing an N in Freddie's vernacular. Manhattan. Manhattan.
It was funny to
What's
see the
that?
difference between the people who were from the Northeast, and I was at the beach as well, and the people that were from the Northeast were in their bathing suits, and
Right.
the rest of us were bundled up with hats on. It was so funny.
We were walking down Las Olas. You think we're in a big town, and then you get this wind tunnel of the 2 big buildings there are in downtown Fort Lauderdale, and it's cold, right? My daughter goes, "Mom, I'm freezing." She was in shorts. I had one sweatshirt, but then you get into the sun, and it warms up. The beauty of Fort Lauderdale. But it was beautiful. Did you enjoy it?
I didn't go
And the
outside.
Oscars, you were working.
I had to work. I didn't go. And Linda wanted to go and says it's too cold.
But I'm very happy that today we get to continue our Mental Health Awareness Monday. When we were at the Alzheimer's Brain Bowl last Friday already, I met Vicki from Falk Center for Counseling, and I told her about our platform that we have on Mondays, and she said I would love to be a part of it. But Vicki's out of town, so she very graciously sent Holly and Allie with us, and didn't give them any background on what we do. So they walked in and went,
I don't even know what we do.
I don't know what we do either. We have a good time. We share our resources, and we just do a lot for community outreach.
Are you going to welcome our new interns?
Welcome our new interns. We've got Sally and we've got Jessica. You know how I remember their names? Do you know that when I was supposed to be named, they wanted to name me Sally? But
Really?
my maiden name is Hallie. So my name would have been Sally Hallie. And my mother thought that wasn't so nice to do to me, so my name is Dawn. True story, Freddy.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Can you imagine if my name was Sally Hallie growing up?
I wouldn't be.
You thought I was bullied before. Can you even imagine all of that going on with everything else? Forget it. That and my pink puppy bike, forget, I would have been done.
I'm impressed with the
I
fact.
knew a girl, Meredith Berry, her name, we called her Mary Berry.
See? Mary Berry. You just got to laugh and have a good time. Talk about the best thing to do for mental health awareness.
I'm impressed that you remember their name.
Because I know you don't. But
I
it's
know.
always name association, right? You have to really think about people's names and how you're going to remember them. Otherwise, we don't remember.
But
Welcome, ladies.
How did you remember their names?
Sally, because Sally Hallie, it was the name
Well,
recognition.
she's not Sally.
She's Jessica, and she's got beautiful eyes.
What does that have to do with Sally?
I leave that alone.
Nothing. Sally's over there sitting with Reed. And there you go.
So that's Sally,
Yes,
and that's
Jessica.
Jessica.
And that's Reed. Hey, Reed, how you doing?
Okay.
We got Reed on
We'll
our
get
board.
Fred- we just lost Freddie.
We
just
lost Freddy because he's got sharing is caring. He's good to go. Well, welcome, ladies.
If you
Thank
see the show today, sharing is caring. We want everybody to share. I'm just hitting.
Freddie
buttons.
has a new Facebook program that only he seems to have on his phone. Because when you hit share, he has this whole program that everything populates. Everyone else just has to go in individually. They must have known it was a Freddie program.
Will you do mine?
No,
He'll do yours too.
I'm not gonna do yours because I just got this. If I do yours, so take it off. Look how cool this is. Look at this.
What
I
kind
go on here and I hit every button here.
Is that a new phone?
No.
Muriel, what's happening on your show tomorrow? Muriel has an amazing show called Muriel Uncluttered.
Tomorrow night, I'm bringing, there is a pre-owned furniture store. There are two of them down here called Past Perfect.
Never heard.
And
That's perfect consignment, right?
That's right, and I am bringing Bennett. And Bennett has a whole, I said, Bennett, you want to meet tomorrow and we'll practice what we're talking about? He said, nah, seat of pants is better. So, Lord knows what it's going to be, and I might bring my friend Dr. Larry.
Dr. Larry does a beautiful job at tying it all
Dr.
together.
Larry is a great guy. He's got this fabulous, you ladies would,
Who is he?
his name is Dr. Lawrence Levy, and he's a PhD, and he is now a part of an online web chat room. It's not, it's a secure chat. I don't speak tech. He's got this web thing going on, and if you join it, anybody can join it. I don't even know what it costs, but if you need a doctor to talk to,
Get closer to your mic.
if you need somebody to talk to in the middle of the day and you sign up and you've been assigned Doc Larry, then he will write back to you and help you through, you know, the bus not coming on time, the meltdown that you're about to have.
And those things
name
your
of his-
kids call you for when they're in college?
That too.
I missed the bus, I can't walk.
And the name of this place is Talkspace. And I find it fascinating. Wouldn't that be great? You just have your shrink with you all the time.
But you know what? It just goes to what we need right now. This is
Right.
what people need. They need that
They shrink
instant
with them all the time?
gratification because this is the society that we live in now, where it's now. We need now. And especially when you're in a crisis mode, you need now.
Right.
Right, ladies? You're with Falk. You must have crisis prevention and crisis numbers to call.
Yeah, well, we actually, in addition to having people come in and make an appointment, we do have walk-ins available. So anytime that we're open, somebody can walk in the door, and if they're in crisis, we can always find somebody to talk with you.
And what does Falk stand for?
It doesn't, it's actually the Falk Center for Counseling. We are an agency that's been around for over 40 years. Formerly, you may have known us, if you're in the area, as the Center for Group Counseling.
Okay.
a little over 5 years, I guess it was, right, Allie, that we changed our name to the Falk Center for Counseling from the Center for Group Counseling, because we've expanded our services so much that we wanted to more accurately describe the vast amount of clinical services that we provide.
And they're so convenient. They're right on Boca Rio Road in Boca Raton, near the Humane Society, near the
Just down the street.
right down the street. And think how many times we drive down that road. At least I do, because it's so close to my home.
Isn't that right by me?
No, you're east. They're west. They're off of. They're like Palmetto and
It's
Boca Rio,
Boca
near
Rio.
the turnpike. Near the turnpike.
We're that beautiful circular building that sits over the
Far from you.
turnpike, and we're actually circular because it really describes how, when you're in group counseling, that everybody is there to help each other. So it forms a circle.
Okay, so educate me a little bit here.
Ah, so the folks built the building. Did
We
the
built
folk-
the building. We built the
I'm
building
good.
in the 80s. We're around
This
since
one,
the
this
70s.
one catches on real quick.
That's why we-
Yes, that's why it's
that's why
called
we
a
keep
folk.
They could have owned a floor, you know.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Elizabeth Falk was our founder.
But I wanted to ask, group counseling is the forte as opposed to individual counseling? Is there a difference?
So, well, there is a difference, but at the Falk Center, we do both. So we provide a range of services. So we have individual therapy, we have group therapy, we have family therapy, couples counseling. So it really depends on what the individual needs are. Some of our people, some of our clients come to a variety of services. So you might have a couple in couples therapy, the child might be in individual play therapy, and their teenager might be in a teen cope group, learning skills towards emotion management. It can be whatever's needed.
So anything across the board, like with the tragedy that happened, the students coming forward, the family, people losing their loved ones and everything else. I mean, it's the after effect right now that is really boggling the mind, the way people are being affected. Those that lost children, those that didn't, just scared to death of what's going on.
Yeah.
So we had a gentleman in here who wants to do something about divorce. And he feels, and again, he's
About
entitled
divorce?
to his opinion. Yeah, he wants to do a show about divorce. I did this about 5 years ago. Because in Florida, wait till you catch this show. This is unbelievable what's going on in this thing.
You're the
But-
expert.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the expert, but it's a sad tale. So the kids that are left behind with mom or dad, I'm going to say that loosely, they are affected mentally. And their upbringing, they are not the same. Things change. Yeah, Muriel was a prime example.
Well, it's
And-
true. We talk about, and he came forward with this idea of a show on divorce, and because mental health and different emotional things happen across all categories. So he was looking at it from a financial perspective of divorce between the husband and the wife, and how the kids are taking from one parent to the other. And I said, but look at the emotional aspect it does on the kids.
Right.
And you
So-
deal with children.
We do, and it's interesting you mentioned divorce, because we have a couple of programs kind of centered around that. First of all, we have a group for the adults. It's called Divorce and Separated. It's a big transition for people, and people really can benefit from having other people having gone through that experience, providing advice and support, a place to air your feelings. And we have that group available at the center. Then for children, we have done one of our programs, in addition to the number of programs actually at the center, we have a number of outreach programs where we go out into the community and provide on-site services. So one of our largest programs is our schools preventive program, where we go into Palm Beach County schools, and we're in close to 20 schools in elementary, middle, and high school. And one of the programs that's requested a lot is actually called Changing Families. So that's a group that's for children who are experiencing perhaps their parents getting separated or divorced. And but we actually are careful to change the name, because we not too long ago we had one of the children who was signed up for the group from his parents and the guidance counselor, and he found out that he was supposed to go to a Changing Families group, leave his classroom, and he said, I don't want to change my family, I like my family, just who it is. So he didn't understand what it was. So now we're careful to make sure that people understand what it is. But the kids really benefit from the opportunity to express themselves and recognize that, you know, mommy and or daddy, or mommy and mommy, or whoever is getting divorced, really still love you and have a chance to talk with other kids.
That's
who are
what I
going through
talked
it.
about today, so kids don't take the blame on a parent separation, because it's not the kids, it's the parents don't get along. And that's exactly what I brought forward today. And he looked at me, because you and I always have a different take on a situation. We always agree to disagree sometimes, but we always see different sides.
But
of
I
the
saw his
equation.
side.
I know you
I
did.
understood his side. He didn't understand mine.
Well, you both understood it from the dad, the male side,
Yeah.
which was interesting, because the other woman in there has been married a few times as well.
That's a whole different thing.
And I'm the one who's been married forever. I'm the lifer.
But it was interesting, his take on it. He's only been divorced 1.5 years. And sometimes you sort of have to put your feelings aside.
For the kids.
For your kids to understand what's going on. And even though you tell them, I'm not divorcing you, they feel bad. They feel bad for a lot of different reasons. And there's hostilities and there's angers and there's all this underlying stuff that comes up.
I think what I'd like to also say is that when you are going through, if the couple really has decided that divorce is the best thing for them, it's also really important to do your divorce well, because then there are ways to divorce better than others.
Yes,
and
there is.
So being actually where you can be harmonious in it and recognize that how can we do this in the best interest of the child, I think goes a long way towards the health of the family.
If you can pull it off, yes.
They've changed it from, my brother is a divorce attorney, and which is odd because our parents were divorced when we were very young, so I wonder what he's thinking.
That's it.
Anyway, well, yeah, right. But it's now called family. He's a family lawyer, or the word family is in it. Rather than divorce, he tries to do arbitration and anything to not make it so crazy. Because when I was young, believe me, nobody told me anything. I just listened. Anyway, that doesn't even matter because it was a long time ago, and it's wonderful now that people have the words and they're brave enough to say to their children, you know, this happened and that happened, we're not going to stay married, but we love you. Now, they may have said that, but that's not what you're hearing when there's yelling and screaming.
Right.
That's true. Let's take a quick commercial break. I want to give the Falk Center for Counseling. It is 561-483-5300. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Are you talking about Lizzie Falk?
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant. Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we're back on Mental Health Awareness Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can find us live streaming on Facebook and Periscope at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. We have Falk Center for Counseling with Dr. Hallie Katz with us, Allie Rubin, who does marketing and development, and of course our very own in-house Muriel from Muriel Uncluttered, who's always given us a fresh perspective on what it's like on so many levels, Muriel. So thank you for always participating.
How come you call Muriel?
What's her name?
She has a last name?
Yes.
What's
She's
her last
Muriel
name?
Designer Liners.
That's your last name is Designer? Your mother called you Designer Liner
She's
Muriel?
Muriel Designer Liners.
What's your last name, Muriel?
Wiener.
Wiener.
I didn't know that.
See? That's why
You
I call
didn't know
her
my last
Muriel.
name after last night?
She's like just...
Jesus. I am
I'm
injured.
afraid to ask what that
I am
means.
injured.
Muriel Wiener from Designer Liners, who always gives us a fresh perspective and an honest perspective based on her life experiences. So thank you, Muriel, for always joining us.
Thank you for
Dr.
having me.
Hallie Katz, and we really want to let everyone know about Falk Counseling Center. And so, Allie, you want to let everyone know that you're a 501c3, you're a nonprofit, what your services
Right,
are?
we are a nonprofit 501c3, so
Sure.
our mental health counseling services are free and low cost to the entire community, individuals ages 3+ through seniors. You do not need insurance. We have a sliding scale. So basically we start at $45, but we'll go down if people show a financial need. They come to us and we can reduce the fee.
And Dr. Katz, you're the clinical director of the whole center.
Right, and let me just clarify, it's actually $45 is what it starts for individual services,
Correct.
but actually our group services start, many of our services are only $5 a session for group counseling, and the important thing is that nobody is ever turned away for an inability to pay. So, for example, you could be in an interpersonal growth group that's $5 a session, $20 a month. So our goal is really, we strongly believe that everybody is entitled to good mental health and to be able to have access to mental health services. So that's our main mission.
And we say that all the time, is that you would never turn a diabetic away for services. You would never turn someone away who's having chest pain or a stomach ache. And that is why we really try to destigmatize mental health on this show, so people seek the services that they need, because you know what? At some point in life, someone's always going through something.
Absolutely.
And sometimes more than others. So the services that are offered in our community, it's so important for us to share them with everyone, all our listeners and viewers. So I'm so glad you're here with us.
Well, I got a question for college students, right? When they're going through their phase, especially when you're a freshman, you go through this dramatic change because it's no longer high school. And you sort of have to carry your own weight, and you're really going to express yourself. And a lot of kids have a hard time overcoming that hump. Do you work a lot with college students?
That's a great question. You know, what we find is that depending on your age, there are different developmental challenges that come with different ages. So it's not unusual for people when they're going away from college, when they're really launching from their parents, to have a lot of different feelings, anxiety, stress, missing home if they're moving away for the first time, maybe some challenges engaging with a new peer group. So that is a time of high stress, and that is a time where it's important to be able to have some services that are really particular to that age group. So we have, in response to community needs, a few years ago we launched a group called Young Adults. So that is exactly for, you know, the 20-something, 20, 22, 18, 19 can be in it as well. Because their challenges are a little bit different than our teen programs. And yeah, we definitely address that age group.
There's so many challenges. Muriel, last week we talked about group counseling.
Yes.
And here we have a center for $5.
Yes.
And
I'm going.
Well, that's why I'm asking. I heard you say that.
No, I'll go.
What type of programming for group counseling do you have? Muriel's going. She doesn't even know what services you offer, but she's going.
I'll
but
go.
Yeah, I can even go for
She's
mindful
going to find
eating.
a service.
Okay. Because, you know,
Muriel will find a service.
Okay. But everyone has something.
So let me talk a little bit about the different groups that we have actually at the center, in addition to some of the groups outside. I'll try to run. Fortunately, I'm from New York, so I can talk fast because this could take a long time. Yay! Starting with our youngest group, we have groups for children, school-age children, for 7, 8, 9 years old. And the children that are placed in that group might have a variety of problems, from maybe they are, maybe they're distracted in school, maybe they're not interacting well with their peer group, maybe they have some anger challenges, maybe some temper tantrums, maybe they're just not listening to mom and dad at home. So we address a lot of emotional and behavioral concerns in that group, and we work on teaching skills and improving a lot of emotion regulation. Moving up the age span, we have a number of programs for teens. Teens are a big group at the Falk Center. So we have a few different programs. We have, one of our groups is called Teen Connect. And the teenagers in that group,
I've heard of that.
Teen Connect, it's gotten very, very popular. And it's really perfect for the teenagers that maybe are having some trouble making friends. Maybe they're the teenagers that are sitting alone at the lunch table, and or maybe they're socially anxious. And so we put those kids together, and they form the best friendships, and they really learn how to just navigate the challenges of those teen years and making friends. You're thinking of someone?
He knows what I'm thinking.
Let her finish.
He's reading my mind.
Okay, so the teen group, that group, you would bring your teenager in for an initial evaluation, and then I probably should say how to do that. Let me finish that at the end. The other teen group we have is Teen Cope. So the teenagers in our Teen Cope group really are learning some skills towards emotional dysregulation, learning sort of interpersonal effectiveness.
What is dysregulation?
So when your emotions are working as best as they can, you're able to, we all get upset, we all get angry, we all get sad. Those are natural, normal emotions. But for some people, really trying to keep those at a level that doesn't get them into trouble or really overwhelm them. So somebody who's becoming so angry that they don't know what to do with their anger, and maybe they're choosing some negative behaviors that aren't helpful to them.
So that's a different group than the Teens Connecting. Is that more of a friendship group, the Teens Connecting?
Teens Connect is not a friendship group, but it's for kids who maybe are having trouble making friends. Okay. The Teen Code group may be for those kids who have friends, but maybe they have trouble navigating the relationships, and they're in it and then they're out of it, and it's a lot of drama. Or maybe the Teen Cope kids are kids who do a lot of self-injurious behavior, they might. So or at-risk behaviors.
Okay, well, let me ask about that group. If we're talking about self-injury and at-risk,
yes.
Some of it has to do, maybe we're talking about drugs and vaping, and I found out a whole other one the other day.
Cutting's big.
There's cutting.
A lot of cutting.
Do you work with those children as well, or are they referred out to something else?
No, we actually, a lot of kids who come, a lot of teens who come to the center have those kinds of challenges. So the deciding factor of whether we would make a referral out, for example, for substance use, would be kind of the level of, if they really needed substance use intervention, where that was the main problem, or there was substance use that was potentially dangerous, we would refer out. But for a teenager where that's not the main concern, we might continue to see them in Teen Cope. So it depends. There's no way for me to tell without having the person come in for what we call an initial evaluation, which is required of anybody who goes into any of our counseling groups. So what you would do is, if you're a minor, you need to come with a parent or whoever is responsible for you, the caregiver, and you come for a 1 to 2 hour evaluation where we take a lot of information. That information is presented to the treatment team, and then a recommendation is made. And if you are appropriate for one of our groups, and this doesn't matter whether you're a child, a teenager, an adult, then we would make that recommendation. the recommendation might also include other services as well.
You know what I love is that there's a group for every age group. So if you go into family counseling, and this is just a thing in my mind, you go into a family session and everyone sits there and it's wonderful and you talk about it and the kids talk, when the parents are there, sometimes everyone needs their own little space. These kids need to feel, or the teens, that they're empowered by the group that they're in and they want to be heard within their peers as the adults need to. And you at Falk, you have something for everyone to be heard amongst their peers.
Right. We actually have 2 more teen groups, so I want to make sure to tell about the other 2. So a new teen group that we're launching is specifically for LGBTQ+ teens who identify in that group. And the reason that we are specifically having that group is that while teens who identify as LGBTQ+, have a lot of the same concerns as any teens that are not in that group, but they also have some that are unique to them. And so we wanted to create a safe space for them to have their own group as well.
And that's tomorrow night?
So
you have something tomorrow,
we're going to be it hasn't launched yet. Right now we're taking names, and that actually is a group that's funded, so that's not even have a cost associated with it. So anybody who would be interested in that group should definitely call the center so we could take your name.
What's the best number to reach the center?
561-483-5300.
You know, one of the things is, when I was coaching, a lot of the kids came and they spoke to the coaches because they didn't want their parents to know. And this is a good outreach for kids. Sometimes the challenge is getting them there because they don't want to talk to their parents. They don't want to say, you know, Mom died, I got a problem, can you take me to the center? That's not happening. Coaches, we became the segue to this. In New York, we didn't have this, or if we had it, I didn't know about it. So if you're listening and you're a coach and you notice that your player, because he's your player when he's on the field, is having an issue, maybe you give a call, set something up so that the child or the young adult doesn't feel like you're ratting him out. It's a very delicate balance because their feelings are more important than what we do. And they have to feel that if they go to a coach, the coach is not going to go to mom and dad because cutting is a problem. I know kids that cut in the past. It's an issue. And mom and dad ain't going to stroll them in and bring them in and say, oh, we don't have an issue. He just needs somebody to talk to and they're bleeding. It doesn't work that way. So that's a very delicate balance.
And for people, sorry, Freddie, we have to do the age thing. I am old enough now so that when I was a child and they got divorced and they had no tools. They had no tools. And then I had to go through this and I had to go through that and oh God, visitation days, my mother remarrying and you know, getting used to another man not being in the house, not my dad.
It's hard.
Very hard. Mm-hmm. Or I believe, this is just a thought, I may not be right, if it hadn't been for our generation, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the whole thing, the drug addiction, the alcoholism, the divorced parents, these kids today are so lucky. They really are lucky that people like me went through it for them. They don't have to do it. If I ever had a child, I did not have children. But if I had had children, I would have known what to look for. I would have known what to ask. You know, obviously I would have been the mother, but it's difficult. These children really are very lucky.
That's a beautiful silver lining. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, more with Muriel. Muriel, I love that you always find the silver lining to that. After everything you went through, you're like, I did it for the kids. 888-565-1470, and we will be right back.
I have my nephew.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY. Site, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we're back on Mental Health Awareness Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Come in and you can look at our new mobile that's hanging. We have our new mobile.
Oh, that's different.
We have Falk Center for Counseling with us. We've got Mira with us from Designer Liners. And Jessica, I want to ask you, because we're talking about teen programs, and I know you're probably not in the teens anymore, but just some of your intake of what we're talking about.
No, she has mine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What she was saying is completely correct and helpful. Most of the people and teens and going through high school change from middle school to high school, they don't really know how to handle that. Puberty also kicks in, so they feel like they only have themselves. So that's a really great program that you guys are doing, and also it's affordable for mostly everybody.
Jessica, but if you were growing up, would you have used it if you needed it?
Yeah, of course. If I would have known about it, definitely I would have.
So knowing about it
and
is
think about the
important.
bullying that's going on.
Yeah.
And I know it's important to talk about that you guys are a training center as well, because the most important thing is knowing that your family is safe and your children is safe, and they're going to someone who's highly qualified and they've had good training, so they're getting the appropriate information. Otherwise, you could be sending them someplace and they're getting the wrong information, and then they're stuck with that wrong information. So, Allie, you want to talk to that point?
Well, I'll let Dr. Holly talk about how the Falk Center operates, because we are a student training center, so we are unique in that aspect. We don't run necessarily like a private practice where you're just going to see, you know, that one person. The process is a little different.
Okay.
So what we're most akin to like a university medical center, where you might go and there's residents. So all of our clinicians are graduate students and interns in mental health, and they do their practical training with us. We're an American Psychological Association approved site for internship. And so what it means is that in a lot of ways you're getting state-of-the-art care, because you have the supervisors, a lot of brains around the table, really looking at what's the best course of treatment. But yes, we do have trainees doing the direct clinical service, and that's one of the ways we keep our costs down. But every trainee is closely supervised by our licensed staff. I did want to make one comment, though, about the bullying. You know, you had said, your intern had wisely talked about some of the challenges with bullying. And I think today, while bullying's been around a long time, the increase in cyberbullying has really created a whole new problem.
It's a whole new problem.
It's a whole new problem, and it's really important for us to kind of come together as a community, schools, parents, to really recognize what's happening and to make sure that it doesn't happen, because that is very dangerous.
I have to, I get very anxious on our shows because I'm so passionate about what we talk about. And this bullying and the cyberbullying, and my kids are grown, I can't even imagine. I get pain just thinking about what is going on for these kids, because just one comment, and then it goes viral, and then it spreads. It was bad enough before we had cyberbullying, when the kids weren't including them in parties, and they were telling you the bullying, and you're overweight. And now with this, how do you even deal with it? What do the parents say if they come to you? Because it has to happen more than not to the kids.
Right. So
block them. For me, if somebody starts with me on Facebook, and my Facebook page is just about fun and laughs and all of that, I'll do some serious spiritual stuff. I will not engage in politics. I will not engage in anything in particularly serious, because it's Facebook.
But you're secure in who you are and who you've become.
That's
now we
not
look
always
at these...
true. I just decided that I'm not going to do this because
you're right.
I'm not that secure. Nobody can be that secure. When you're bullied, you're bullied.
It's true.
So I think it's a matter of, first of all, if a parent really came and found this out, I would definitely help them to go to the school, because very often that is where it starts, and they have a right to make sure that their child is safe in school. But I think it really starts with a culture, and I think we are starting to move away. We are trying very much as a culture to agree that bullying is bad, right? So that's something that even in elementary school now, a lot of the schools have initiatives which really say, let's include everybody. And I think that that's really important. So I think we're going in the right direction. Obviously, there's more that has to be done. But what we do know is that people who are, without getting into much about it, obviously we're talking about bullying, and we had a horrible, tragic mass shooting in Parkland. But what we know about mass shooters is that they are the kids very often who are bullied, and people that are healthy, that have friendships, that are integrated with their peer group, that are connected with their community, with their family, those are not the people that do these things.
But
so
this
we
can
want
go
to do
across
prevention.
all age groups also. I mean, you don't only work with children and teens and people going through the divorce. You work with seniors as well.
Right. And actually,
that's very important.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Those as well.
That's terrific. I mean, I have I call her aunt, and she lives down here, and I'm going to leave here and go to her this afternoon. She's 86 years old, going through some things at 86, and I'm going to have her on my program, because what is it like to have had a full, very privileged life, and now you're 86, certain things have occurred in your family, and you have to go, there's still more to go, even at 86.
And then there's loneliness there too,
more.
right?
There's loneliness. Muriel, come over.
Right. So one of the things we know is that loneliness and depression are correlated in senior years. And so we know that it's really important for senior citizens, especially, to not be isolated. So we're back to connections. Connections are really important for good mental health. And for that reason, one of our biggest programs is we have an outreach program to seniors in senior living facilities, assisted living facilities, daycare centers, where we really work to connect seniors with other seniors.
That was my question, because the seniors can't always get to you. So you will go into the community, to the senior centers as well as to the schools.
Exactly. So that's right. So if you think about it, where are we going out in the community? We're going out to the kids, because kids, it's not easy for them to get to the center and drive, and their parents are working. And we're also going out to the senior citizens, the other side of the age spectrum, because also transportation is one of the problems in seniors accessing mental health care. So we provide support groups out in the community for that group.
Also, that generation, the people that are in their 80s now, they have no, they don't have a real good grasp on the difference between I'm having a bad day and I'm depressed. You're not depressed. You're pissed off. You're upset about things. They're not going your way. You are not depressed.
They may not be, and some may be, and some may be.
I understand that, but the word is used too frequently. I'm depressed.
But I think that the important aspect of this thing, like there are certain schools that won't. There's a program You Don't Eat Alone program in the Boca High School.
Right.
Wonderful,
And that
in
was,
Boca High.
And that gentleman was
What
a
is
football
it?
player. You
No
don't
one
eat
eats
alone.
alone.
No one eats alone. And that gentleman was a football player. He was a superstar. He gave up all of that to do this, right? And I think that it doesn't, I don't like labeling people. I'm depressed, I'm not depressed. You got an issue, we got to deal with that issue. And they're not going to come forward to get relief. You got to have kids of their own peers go out and get them. The guardian angels, when I was in New York, the guardian angels were a problem because of this boxing, this labeling, and they didn't want them out there. The auxiliaries didn't want them, the cops didn't want them because they were afraid they were going to get hurt. These guys are all martial artists, most of them. And the guardian angels I hear are back in Florida. And they're reaching out. They are actually reaching out to the problem. So if you have a problem, and you get some of these kids in and you train them to look for the problems, you got to go get them. You can't wait for the problem to come to your door anymore. That is why we're having the problems that we're having. You got to go and get it. I don't care if you think you have it, you don't have it. Let's talk about it. And if you don't join me, let's find somebody else who may have it and go from there.
Well, it's opening the conversation.
I agree with Freddy.
It's keeping the
I think what
conversations
happened
open.
in Parkland, it's just crazy to me that with all of the horror for the families, for the other children that see the empty desk, this one kid
But Mira, what about the 19 other incidents like Vegas and up in
I understand that, but these students
Connecticut
took action.
Well,
The students themselves are recognizing this is getting to be more of a problem. This is no longer an isolated incident. This is
That's
more
right.
frequent than not.
That's right.
But there's a part of me that says, wow, poor kid. I mean, how bad could it be that you would do a thing like that?
Well,
I mean, it would never occur to me to do a thing like that.
But that's...
I have a good temper. No, I have a pretty good
Certainly
temper.
most people, thank goodness. You know, one of the things you had mentioned, and I wanted to mention our fourth teen program because it actually brings together seniors and teenagers.
I like that.
Nice.
The teenagers have named the senior citizens seenagers. Because they realize that there's a lot of similarities between
That's
senior
cute.
citizens and teenagers. And when you mention a coach, in a lot of ways, some of our seniors act as kind of coaches.
That's
and
very
mentors.
cool. I
And
love
so
that. I
it's
love
called,
that.
Great.
It's
love
called
that.
My Generation. Actually, my son came up with the name. He's not part of the group. He's 16, but I'll give him credit, which I thought was really cute. And the idea is that they come together and talk about the differences in their generations. And some of the differences exist, and some are not so different. And it can be anything from sex and dating and friendships and school and pressure and career. So it's really a neat group. And that one is active during the school year. And it's free of charge to the teenagers who come. And they get free pizza.
And they get
free
community
pizza. And they get
service.
community service hours. So if you're a teenager listening and you're in a local school and can get over to the Fox Center from 5 to 6 p.m. on Mondays,
I can do
you
that.
can come in and discuss the group. But you have to. There's no openings for the senior citizens, but there are openings for teenagers at this point.
That's
Excellent.
an amazing
I love
program
that.
because
I
it's the
love
mentorship.
that. Teenagers.
Teenagers?
That's adorable.
And they're more bound to talk to a senior out of respect than they will even to a coach. I didn't even look at that angle.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
we've had some of the teenagers say, I would never say this to my mom
Yep.
or even anybody in my family, and they share. And it's
It's
really
like
a
loving your
discussion group,
grandparents.
but
I was going to say,
I loved my
my
grandparents.
kids talk to my parents and they go, wow, that's some of the best advice. And my dad does not say a lot, but he's
he
got
does.
these pearls of wisdom. And she goes, wow, Grandpa gave me the best advice. I know he doesn't talk a lot, right? But when he talks, that's important.
listen.
And they listen. And my daughter will call my mom on the way home from work. But it is, because the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Right,
It's just
right.
getting a fresh perspective on what it
And,
is.
and actually, the seniors also learn a lot from the kids.
Sure.
The kids teach them a lot, and they really want to learn and hear about their thoughts and their ideas and their feelings and their dreams. And so it's really wonderful for the teenagers to experience the seniors. It's now become a word. It's in my vocabulary.
But seniors
Proud
also
mom.
have been through a lot more, even more than Muriel. They've been through a lot
Even
more.
more than Muriel.
And so,
Thank you.
And so what happens
Even
is
more.
you want to talk to people who have been through more because you want a fresh perspective.
Right.
And sometimes mom and dad are too close. Even the coach might be too close. But
Right.
What's the best phone number to reach Falk?
561-483-5300.
So many services. Thank you, Dr. Holly, Allie, and Muriel. Where can we find you tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night between 7 and 8 o'clock, I'm going to be on the radio. I'm
95.3 FM.
I'm
Can we mention the
95.3
website?
FM?
Do we have time to do
Yeah.
that? Because there are a lot of other programs that we didn't talk about, anger management,
What's the website?
et cetera. www.foxcenterforcounseling.org.
FoxCenterCounseling.org. You
Right.
can find Muriel tomorrow night.
At 888-565-1470.
That's the radio
Call in,
Muriel and
please.
Clutter, this conversation will continue. Thanks for joining us. Have a marvelous Monday. Everyone be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
When was the last time
When was the last time you had a fun girls' night in? Have you heard of Pure Romance? Pure Romance by Michelle Spears offers a fun-filled presentation of our product line, followed by a unique shopping experience that you and your girlfriends will not forget. Call me, Michelle Spears, at 561-572-1901 to reserve a date for your free shopping spree, to learn about income opportunities, or shop my website at pureromance.com/MICHELLESPEARS. And remember, bring Pure Romance back into your life.
Complex is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
1470 AM and 95.3 FM.